good?
Yeah, we can see third
That
base.
should be third right there, and then first is on that corner.
Yeah, we need to turn it just a hair. There we go. Oh, a little too much. There you go, right there.
All right.
Yeah.
Franklin sends a single out into right field. It's misplayed.
Now batting number 34, Julia Kramer.
Okay, I was looking down at my sheet here. That was an error. Franklin's on at second base with a one-out error here in the bottom of the first inning. One out, no score in the ball game yet. It was 3 up and 3 down for the Lady Spartans in the top half of the first inning. That sends to the plate the Lady Gators shortstop, Julia Cramer. Kramer comes in today. Franklin takes off at third base, and she slides in safely under the tag at third base. So the Gators have a runner in scoring position at third base with one out. Julia Kramer at the plate. Julia leading the team in batting average on a year with a .518 batting average. I heard she's got like 14 doubles, 3 home runs. So Julia, one of the top hitters in 5A softball throughout the state. And here she hits a shot to the second baseman. Second baseman tries to make a dive and catch and can't make it. And we'll have to give Julia a hit on that one and an RBI. And the Lady Gators take an early lead, 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting number 35, Shelby Whittington.
Lady Gator first baseman Shelby Whittington steps to the plate. Whittington's been hitting the ball hard herself the last 2/3 of the year. Lots of doubles herself.
Okay.
And she hits that one hard right to the second baseman, who turns, throws to second base, and they get a sliding Kramer at second base. That'll record the second out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting number 3, Mary Beth Zeller.
2 outs, 1 on, 1 in here in the bottom of the first inning. Lady Gators ahead, 1-0. That'll send to the plate second baseman Mary Beth Zeller. Zeller lays down a bunt and they won't get her. Zeller with a bunt base hit. That puts 2 runners on base with 2 outs. And trotting to the plate will be the Lady Gator catcher, Sophie
Now
Smith.
batting number 10, Sophie Smith.
Sophie also one of the leading hitters on the Lady Gators team this year. There's a call strike right at the belt. There's a pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, 2 on. Just underway in the bottom of the first inning. Lady Gators ahead, 1-0 here. There's a changeup that's fouled down the first base line. It'll fall out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. There's that change up again, a bouncer to second baseman. She fired over to first base and record the 3rd out here in the bottom of the first inning. But the Lady Gators push across 1 run, and they'll take the lead into the 2nd inning by a score of 1-0. Duckaroo Sports coming to you live from the campus of Santa Monica High School. Throw goes down to second base. We're going to start the top of the second inning. Addison Jackson towing the rubber as she has all year for the Lady Gators. All but one ball game.
Now batting number 15.
Comes in with a record of 20 wins and 2 losses. Reached a milestone her last game, recorded her 200th strikeout of the year. And that pitch is up high and got the batter swinging at it. Strike one. There's a foul back against the screen right above us here, and quickly Jackson's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody on. We're in the top of the second inning of a 1-0 ball game. Lady Gators pushed across 1 in the bottom of the first inning. There's a pitch outside. Batter won't chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch is inside, runs the count even.
Yeah, did she text you?
Duckaroo Sports coming to you live here from the campus of Santa Monica High School. There's a hard shot to left field. That was Hallie Hydell. Hallie Hydell playing the left field today as the flex player. Had a fine catch, had to run fast back 3 or 4 steps, reached up over her head and made a fine catch to record the first out here in the top of the second inning. There's a call strike at the knees. So Addison Jackson, like I said, tore in the rubber. In 23 ball games, recorded her over 200 strikeouts. That's better than 9 strikeouts per game. Has been very consistent all year long for the Lady Gators. Even when she has a bad game, it's a good one.
And then she changes the date.
Yeah, but I don't.
There's a swing and a miss at the ball up in the eyes. Now we'll record the. Excuse me. Dad.
Now batting number 14.
Yeah, I'm told she struck out the side in the top of the first inning. So that records her 4th strikeout here early in the ball game. 2 outs, nobody on. That pitch is just inside. As I said before, I got drafted in to go and do the starting lineups on the PA system. And then was told they needed me downstairs here. So, you know, I do the best I can. Those stairs are hard, though. Getting a little bit too old to be hopping up and down stairs. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the second inning. There's a ball just inside. So Jackson falls behind 3 balls and no strikes. There's a call strike right at the belt. We got a wind blowing from, as usual, from right to left field. We get it up there to call strike 2 at the knees. So Jackson battles back from a 3-0 and now has to count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if she can finish the comeback.
Oh, hey Claire, she hears me on that doggone.
There's a change-up, and she records her 5th strikeout of the ball game. So a good comeback for Addison here. Falling behind 3-0, come back with 3 straight strikes to record her 5th strikeout. We're going to go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. 1-0 Lady Gators.
Oh, you mean like 3 hours?
Throw goes down to second base, and we're going to start the bottom of the 2nd inning. And to do that will be number 26, Samantha Landesh.
Say hello first. You're doing a fine job, by the way.
Yeah, about time you show up.
Hey, they finally let me back in the country.
Brad, do you serious have to outshine those orange shirts?
And Landesh hits a hard shot, 1 hopper to shortstop. Can't come up with it clean, throws over to first base. It gets away from the first baseman. And Landesh is standing on that second base with a 2-base error. So good start for the Lady Gators here in the
Now
bottom of the 2nd inning.
9, Carmen Dixon.
That'll send to the plate the right fielder, number 9, Carmen Dixon. So the Lady Gators with a runner in scoring position here to start the bottom of the 2nd inning. There's a change up that stays up high.
I swore we used to She does all her.
There's a foul against the screen to our right. Runs the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 1-0 Lady Gators. 1 on and nobody out. That ball bounced in the dirt. Landesh acts like she's gone to steal, but changed her mind, went back to second base. The throw went down to second. Rolled on into center field, but Landesh not able to advance. So Landesh playing center field today for the Lady Gators. Landesh is playing center field today.
I don't know who's doing center field.
I got an old lineup, so I don't know who's who. Well, she may be a designated player too. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carmen Dixon, the junior right fielder for the Lady Gators, and she fires one into right field. That'll send Landesh around third, and she'll score standing up. So Carmen Dixon with a 2-2 count sent a shot between first baseman and second baseman in the right field, and the Lady Gators push across their second run here. That'll send to the plate. That is the Lady Gator center fielder, Arlie Bean. Bean lays down a bunt. They're going to have to throw quick to get her. And she beats the throw. So that'll be another infield hit for the Lady Gators. Laid down 2 perfect bunts here so far in the ball game. And beat out both of them. And that'll send to the plate the very dangerous Addison Jackson, Lady Gator pitcher, leading the team with 12 home runs. That ball bounces in the dirt. Nobody out, 2 on, 1 run in so far here in the bottom of the second inning. That pitch is high and outside. You can try to pitch around Jackson and load the bases, but standing in her wings with 6 home runs herself is freshman Alex Franklin. And that pitch is high outside, so runs the count 3 balls and no strikes. So the Lady Spartan pitcher in danger of walking the batter here and loading the bases with nobody out. And there's a high fly ball to center field, and that one's going to leave the yard, folks. Addison Jackson records her 13th home run of the ball game. She got under it a little bit. It went high, but it was deep. And cleared the fence by quite a bit, so in dead center field. And the Lady Gators take a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. So Addison Jackson with a 3-0 count, given the green light, and she showed you why she has the green light. Promptly parked a 3-run home run over the center field fence. Alex Franklin, the freshman Lady Gator third baseman, steps to the plate. That pitch is outside. 5-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Nobody out. Lady Gators ahead. There's another shot. The center fielder jumps up at the fence, but it clears the fence in almost the same spot Jackson's hit. Just more of a line drive, and Franklin hits her 7th home run of the season. And quickly the Lady Gators jump out ahead 6-0 here.
Now batting number 34, Julia Cramer.
That'll send to the plate, like I said earlier, has the best batting average on the team. Julia Kramer, the Lady Gator shortstop, will step to the plate. Only has 3 home runs, but about, I think I was told, 14 doubles. So she hits a lot of them off at the top of the fence. They need to work on her getting a little bit more lift on the ball. But we'll take the doubles. And there's a hard shot. The shortstop comes up with it, throws to first, and just gets Cramer in a bang-bang play at first base. So that'll record the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. And stepping to the plate, the Lady Gator first baseman, Shelby Whittington. Whittington with 10 or so doubles herself this year. There's a call strike on the outside part of the plate. Sorry, I can't read your comments. We don't have a computer hookup here today. Brad's not here with his laptop. He just showed up running late. So we're going to have to renegotiate his contract if he can't get here on time. That pitch is high, way over the head of the batter. Runs the count 3 balls and no strikes. I can't see who writes in and says we're watching, but any comments, I'm sorry, we just can't get it. Two balls, two strikes. Clark has the scoreboard wrong. That ball bounces in the dirt, runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now Clark has 4 balls and 1 strike. Clark is very upset with the scoreboard. It's not working properly. He does not like when his scoreboard doesn't work properly. So Whittington draws ball 4. She trots on down to first base. That'll send to the plate the other freshman starter for the Lady Gators, second baseman, Mary Beth Zeller. Mary Beth started out the year batting in like the 8th hole, has worked her way into the number 6 spot here with some consistent hitting. Flashes a lot of good leather at second base too. And she sends one down the left field line, just foul. Fouled by about 1.5 feet. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first base. 5 runs across here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Lady Gators with the lead 6-0. There's a shot to left field in the gap. That'll take one bouncing off the fence. Whittington rounds third and being held up there by Coach Petrie. So Zeller stands on that second base with a stand-up double. And once again, the Lady Gators have 2 runners in scoring position,
Now batting number
with
10,
the
Sophie
catcher,
Smith.
Sophie Smith, coming to the plate. Sophie has 3 home runs or 4 home runs herself this year. A couple of them in some big spots here the last couple ball games. Hit a big 3-run shot to beat Dutchtown. There she sends one in the right field, down the line, and that will score the 2 runs from second and third. And very alertly, the right fielder picked the ball up and for some reason just held it, so Sophie kept on running, and she's standing in that second base in scoring position with 1 out. 2 more runs pushed across for the Lady Gators, and they take an 8-0 lead here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Timeout is called.
Got some good news for the Duck Roost Nation out there too.
Use it.
Me and Chuck came back from the bank today. We are now a non-profit organization with a tax ID number. So anybody donating money, if they require a ID number, so if y'all want to claim it on y'all taxes, y'all more than welcome. Just let us know. We'll get that information over to you. So we are a full non-profit organization now with Duck Roost Sports Network.
Great. And tell them how to do that with your PayPal. And
So, yep. So you go to Venmo, your PayPal, Cash App. It's at Duck Roost Sports. You can Venmo us directly. We take cash, we take checks, whatever you got. All money goes directly to Santa Maria High Athletics.
So Samantha Landesh steps to the plate for her 2nd time here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Lady Gators have batted around.
We is it 6-0, 7-0? What is it? 8-0?
There's a hard shot to shortstop. Backhand just fires over the first base. Wild goes up against the backstop. And Landesh not hesitating around first base.
Carmen Dixon.
Rounded first and went to second base. The throw was late getting to get her there. So once again, the Lady Gators with runners in scoring position at second and third. Still only one out. 7 runs across here in the bottom of the second inning. And the batter is right fielder Carmen Dixon. Carmen promptly hit a single out to right field to drive in 2 runs, her last at bat, to get the run scoring going for the Lady Gators. That ball hits on top of the visitors' dugout. Out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Big inning for the Lady Gators here. That pitch is outside. Don't forget, folks, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, the Lady Gators will take on the John Curtis Lady Patriots. And there's a hard shot to center field that lands right at the feet of the center fielder. And the ball gets by and goes to the center field wall. And 2 more runs will cross the plate. So Dixon with 4 RBIs here in just this 1 inning with a single and double. The center fielder came charging in, tried to make a shoestring catch, and didn't even get her glove on the ball. It bounded right in front of her and went by her to the fence. And that sends to the plate Arlie Bean, the Lady Gator center fielder. There's a hard shot into left field between short and third base. The throw comes home, but it won't be in time to get Dixon. And that will score. The scoreboard's not working right now, but I think that's the 10th or 11th run. I've lost track there. They're getting around pretty quick on me. That'll send back to the plate Addison Jackson. Jackson promptly planted a 3-run home run over the center field fence on a 3-0 pitch, her first time up, and fouls the first one back against the screen. Brad, is that 11 on the scoreboard or 10?
Ain't nothing up there, but I'm going to go find out.
I think it's 10. Lost track of the score. I think it's 10-0. That pitch is called a strike right under the hands of Jackson. Ball's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. But it only takes 1. Jackson promptly planted her 13th home run over the center field fence her last time up. There's a pitch high and outside. There is a runner in scoring position at second base. That Arlie Bean.
11, Mr. Leroy.
11? Okay. I apologize. The scoreboard isn't working very well. That pitch rolls all the way up to the plate, slipped out of the pitcher's hand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Jackson hits a shot by the third baseman. Tried to backhand it, rolls into foul territory, and Jackson's on that second base with a stand-up double.
Now batting number 24,
And
Alex.
picks up her 4th RBI of the inning. So the Lady Gator onslaught continues here. 12-0. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Alex Jackson hit a back-to-back home run behind Jackson, her last at-bat, both in this inning. Jackson's more of a line drive, went about a foot over the top of the center field fence for her 7th home run of the season. And Jackson hits a high fly ball to right field. The right fielder camps under it and makes the catch. Bean tags up at second base and makes it on over to third.
Now
And
batting.
they finally record the second out here in the bottom of the second inning. And now to center the plate, the shortstop, Julia Kramer. Like I said earlier, Julia coming into today with a .518 batting average, 14 doubles. That pitch is in the dirt, ball one. As you can see, the flags out in center field blowing from right to left. Not a real strong wind, but enough to keep the flags out straight. Mostly cloudy skies here. The sun breaks through every once in a while. Beautiful day, and there's a shot into the gap. That'll go to the fence, and Julia will stand up with her 15th double of the year.
Now batting.
That young lady's a double machine. That scores another run. And we'll have a pinch runner for her at second base. Who's number 19?
The only reason it's 19 is because it's an orange jersey.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't have all the right numbers.
Okay. Well, I don't have the number of the young lady pinch running at second base for Julia Kramer. Her number is 19. Shelby Whittington, the Lady Gator first baseman, steps to the plate for her second bat here in the... And she hits a shot against the fence, and she will increase her doubles count this year. Came into today with, somebody told me 12, so that would be her 13th on the year, which scores another run. That being the pinch runner. And we're going to have another pinch runner. And that's going to be Mackenzie Ellison. Ellison has been a courtesy / pinch runner most of the year, just a freshman. And speaking of freshmen, a freshman second baseman steps to the plate for her second at bat. But a base hit her last time, a double. And flies one out to left field. And the left fielder had to make a running over the shoulder backhanded catch of that one, and that will finally retire the side. But the Lady Gators pick up, I think it's 12 runs. I think the score is 13-0. But they score 12 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. And looking to make this a short game here today. Still have some ball to play, though. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock, John Curtis, Lady Patriots, come into Lady Gator Park. And then Saturday, Ash, or Alexandria High School, will come in for a midday game Saturday here at Lady Gator Park. And that will be the last game of the regular season. Don't exactly know the time of the Ash game.
The score is at the end of 2. Lady Gators 14.
14, okay.
Ladies
I was
score
one
0.
short. 14-1.
Scoreboard is
A 13-run second inning for the Lady Gators.
I'm so excited. Because you know, if it's during school week, I can't do anything. That one right there. I would trade it for it.
The Lady Spartans came into today with only 13 players on the roster. Don't know what happened over there, whether COVID had a lot to do with it or whatever. But their program the last few years has been very, very strong. And for some reason, this year, a whole new coaching staff, and for some reason haven't played a whole lot of ball games and hasn't been successful at all.
Leading off for the Spartans, top of the village. Number 18, Riley Abed.
So Clark Lambert's now doing the PA system up there. Riley Abed will step to the plate for the Lady Spartans to start the top of the third inning. And KK Parker now towing the rubber for the Lady Gators with a 14-1 lead, a 14-0 lead here in the top of the third inning. So Jackson get a little rest for tomorrow's ball game. Should prove to be a lot tougher than today's game so far. The Lady Patriots of John Curtis High School always have a tough program. There's a pitch just off the plate. Runs the count 2 balls and 1 strike. KK Parker, one of 4 seniors on the Lady Gator squad this year. That pitch is fouled back against the screen, runs the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's a dive out to center field, and the Lady Spartans have their first hit of the ball game here to start the top of the third inning. I think we're going to have a courtesy runner. And we do with number 17. Sorry, I don't have the roster. There's a pitch that batter swings at and misses. Strike 1. So the Spartans with their first base runner of the ball game here in the top of the first inning. 14-0 Lady Gators. Throwing this one out early. There's an attempted bunt and a miss. Falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. As they call third strike, and KK records her first strike out of the ball game. So 1 out here in the top of the third inning, 1 runner on. There's a foul back against the backstop. KK Parker hasn't seen a whole lot of pitching action this year, but she does have the other win. The Lady Gators are 22-1 or 22-2 on the year. And Jackson is 21-2. She has the other win.
Well, his brother.
That pitch is fouled out of play off to our left. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. That pitch is just low, runs the count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch is off the plate. So KK with a full count here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ball's inside for ball 4. For these Spartans with a little bit of spark here. Starting the top of the 3rd inning, there is 1 out, runners at first and second. There's a call strike. There's a high pop-up out of play off to our left on top of the batting cages. KK ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. That pitch is up high. Starter won't chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on. We're in the top of the 3rd inning of a 14-0 ball game. Lady Gators exploding for 13 runs in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And there's a swing of the pitch high in the strike zone for strike 3. And KK records her 2nd strikeout of the inning and the ball game for her. So 2 outs now, 2 on. There's a call strike on the inside part of the plate. KK moving the ball around the strike zone pretty good here this afternoon. A little bit high outside. Good little crowd here at the ballpark this afternoon. There's a hard liner foul down the 3rd base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. There's a fly ball out to right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. Too late. And the Spartans score their first run of the ball game here in the top of the 3rd inning. A 2-out base hit to right field. So the Lady Spartans showing a little bit of sign of life here, still down by a score of 14-1. Pitch is just a little bit high. There's a call strike. So the Lady Spartans do push across 1 run here in the top of the 3rd inning. Still a long ways to go. That one's just off the plate. Yeah, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just inside. Runs the count full, so KK being rusty and not getting a whole lot of pitching action this year. There's a swinging strike 3, and she gets out of it. But the Lady Spartans pick up 1 run here in the top of the 3rd inning. We're going to go to the bottom. 14-1, Lady Gators.
Score now at the end of 2.5. Lady Gators 14, the Lady Spartans 1.
Clark Lambert took him about 87 years, but he's finally got up enough nerve to grab a microphone and say a few words. Seems like he's been here about that long. And anyone else that knows him would say the same thing. Seems like he's of course, he was here the day the gates opened here at Santa Monica High School in 1978. Just retired last year. Known as the mayor of Santa Monica. So the Lady Gators, if they were to score 2 runs here in the bottom of this inning, it would end the ball game on the mercy rule. 15 runs after 3 innings. And stepping to the plate is the Lady Gator catcher, Sophie Smith. That ball's in the dirt. Pitch it outside, 3-0. This pitcher can't afford to walk batters. 2 runs will end the ball game. And there's ball 4, and Sophie trots on down to first base. And we're going to have a courtesy runner for her. See if I can get the number. That'll be Katarina Byers. Katarina has been a courtesy / pinch runner most of the year herself, has played in a few of the varsity ball games. That sends to the plate Samantha Landesh. Landesh, the flex player, and sends a shot into the gap in right field, and it falls For a single, the runner has to hold up at second base. So Landesh with her, I think that's her third hit of the ball game, if I'm not mistaken. So right away, the Lady Gators have the winning run on at first base. Who's this? Carmen Dixon grounds the ball to shortstop, who ranges to her right, reaching down to scoop the ball up, and the ball didn't come up in her glove, and everybody's safe, so the bases are loaded. The winning run on that second base here in the bottom of the third inning. Our Lee Bean, Lady Gator center fielder, at the plate with a chance to end the ball game here if she could put one in the gap somewhere. Addison Jackson in the on-deck circle saying, no, save me one more bat. That pitch is high and outside, ball one. There's a high fly ball that's kind of cleared the fence by a whole lot, but just fouled. Went over the Kelly Eubanks, Clark Lambert, Leah Hines, Kara Gremion, Elena Addison, and Starla Guffey. Signs out in foul territory just to the left of the foul pole in left field. That ball rolls on the ground to the home plate. Runs the count 2 balls and 1 strike. Our Lee Bean trying to end the ball game right here. And that ought to do it. She sends one way deep to right field. It falls in the gap. Here comes the first run. And the runners are held up at third base. So that makes the score 15-1. So the winning run is now on at third base with nobody out. And that'll send Addison Jackson to the plate. Addison hit her 13th home run in the last inning, and we're going to timeout by the coach. So Addison Jackson with a chance to end the ball game and pick up her 22nd win on the year. Yeah, her dad tells me she's 20-2 coming into today's ball game, looking to pick up her 21st win here. All she has to do is hit a deep fly ball or soft grounder, or there's a pitch way outside. A walk would end the ball game also. And Jackson hits one to deep center field. Center fielder will catch it, the run to come home, standing up, and that'll end your ball game. The Lady Gators will put the lid on a 16-1 3-inning ball game here this afternoon versus the Lady Spartans. Jackson picks up her 21st win against 2 losses. The overall record, Lady Gators, goes to 22 wins and 2 losses. And once again, folks, thanks for joining in, but don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, Lady Patriots of John Curtis come into town here at Lady Gator Park. And then Saturday, Alexandria High School will complete the season for the Lady Gators. And then we will head into the playoffs. Right now, the Lady Gators still the #1 team in the state. Still in the top 10 in the nation. So should be an exciting time here. 2 good ball games for tomorrow and Saturday. So once again, thank you for joining in. I'm Leroy Robert, and we'll catch you on the rebound hopefully tomorrow afternoon. So have a good afternoon or good evening and stay safe. Good night.
Thank you, sir.